say you've reached Titi's Corner. Be sure to subscribe, leave a comment down below, and I'll get back to you. Hi there, hi, my name is Titi and you are in Titi's Corner. If you are new here, thank you so much for tuning in. I do hope by the end of the video you would have subscribed and joined the family, because we're a whole clan, we are building a tribe here. If you are a returning subscriber, one who watches my videos on a daily basis, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and I hope today you brought a friend. Now, I don't want to waste any time because I have to get to class, and yes, I don't have much time, but I don't want to waste any time, so let's dive into today's video already. As you can see from the title, I'm going to be addressing some of the common mistakes that students make when they are applying to universities. This can be for bachelor's or any master's student or even PhD students, so whatever you are applying for, this video might be very useful to you. Or if you know somebody who is applying, send this to them, help a friend out. Okay, yeah, now let's just dive in. I have about 10 points that I'm going to mention, and I'm also uploading this video during this period because I believe most universities are accepting applications now, so I hope that this will be useful to many people. Now, the first point is not categorizing your schools. When you're applying to universities, you definitely have what we call rich schools, and there's possible schools, and then there's safety schools. So the rich schools are the schools that you know deep down that unless my ancestors come and fight for me, I'm not getting into the school. Unless there's some error somewhere, I'm not getting in. But you still have to apply to them. That's one. The possible schools are, yeah, I could get into this school if I really do my motivational letters well and everything goes perfectly planned in this, I have a chance I can get into this school. Then the safety schools are the schools that you know, this one for sure, with my GPA and everything, I'm getting in. So you need to have these categories of schools, the three of them. Apply to all of them. My rich school was actually Duke. I applied to Duke. I laugh about that every day. And I applied to Duke as an early decision. Look at my confidence. I was like, I'm going to Duke. I knew I wasn't going to get in, but I still applied, because if I had gotten in, I would have gone. So, you know, if you want to go to Harvard, apply. The worst they can do is reject you, and you knew that anyways, so it's not going to hurt you. I had possible schools. My possible school was UBC, and I had some other schools in the US and Canada, and I got into some of them actually, so I would have gone there. Then there are safety schools that you know, this one, even if I don't send the application, I'll still get in. Apply to those two, just in case your possible schools don't work out, you have the safety net to fall on. Get me? So yes, apply to all of them. Make sure you know what the requirements are, when the deadlines are, and apply in time. And we are basically trying to reach for our rich schools. If we don't, we go to the possible schools, and if those fail, we have a safety net with the safety schools that you know for sure you're gonna get. So apply to all the schools and apply to as many as you can. That's number one. The second point is your GPA. Like, some people will shy away from some universities because of their GPA, or some people will be very confident that I'm gonna get into this school because of my GPA. GPA is not the only thing that's considered for your college application. There's so much that goes into it. So make sure that your application is well organized, all rounded. You have your extracurriculars. If you have some sports, add them into there. If you have some community service, do that as well. If you are writing your motivational letters, make sure they are well done. And make sure your application as a whole is really good. Sometimes they'll ask you for an optional something that you want to explain something about yourself that wasn't mentioned in your application. You can include a video, you can do a PowerPoint presentation, something that just makes you stand out from the crowd. So definitely add all those supplemental stuff if you have time for it. It's not gonna remove anything from you. So if you have the time, definitely do it. That's my point number 2. The third point, which ties into the motivational letters, is please, I'm begging you, do not make grammar and spelling mistakes in your motivational letters. The whole point of the motivational letter is that they get to see what kind of person you are, or they get to hear your voice tell us about you, something that's very personal to you. Now, if you are doing that with grammar and spelling mistakes, it comes across as you are not careful about what you're doing, you are not very organized, and you're not thinking through it. if you write something, obviously not all of us are English, even me, I can't even think of the word. We are not English first speakers. What's the word? Yeah. We are not native speakers. It's not easy. It's not easy. We are not native speakers. So there will be some mistakes or there will be some grammatical things that could have been done better. That's why you have to make sure your motivational letters are proofread by somebody who you trust, somebody who you think can help you. Even could be a teacher or a student or a current student who is in a university that you feel like they can help you. So please make sure there are no grammatical errors and spelling mistakes in your motivational essays. So yeah, it gives them a correct insight into who you are, and they can read about you and not, be caught off because of a small error somewhere. And still on documents, this is the next point, should be number 4. When you're applying, they'll ask you to attach your CV, your motivational letter, maybe a supplemental essay and all that. Please don't attach your CV on your motivational letter place, or you're just messing it up. Make sure you label your documents properly when you're still on your laptop. So Titsma Bangure CV or Titsma Bangure motivational letter and all that. So when you're uploading it, upload it on the right place, because it just comes across as well as like you're not careful, you're just doing it just because. So be very careful that you label your documents well. Don't also just leave the document labeled 109375 like the way Adobe would do it if you change it to PDF or something, some random name. Label it properly so that it's easily recognizable that this is your paper and it's labeled properly and it's in the right place. So be very careful about that. And okay, the last point about documents, when you are writing your motivational letters, I beg you, like I will go down again. Do not use the same motivational letter for 2 different schools if it was personal to that school. Sometimes they'll say, okay, maybe 2 different schools told us about something that's personal to you. Go ahead and use that letter for 2 schools. But if you're talking about the curriculum of the school and you're talking about the vision and mission of the school and how it ties into your beliefs and all that, don't send the one for UBC to Duke. I beg. Even be mistake or you being lazy, but write a motivational essay for each of them so that it's personal. And even if you're talking about something personal to you, I always add at the bottom of the last paragraph something that ties into the school, so it feels personal to the recruitment people and the admission officers. So always add something that ties into the university. I'm gonna think of an example, something yes, I'm a driven person and I really love community, and I believe that Constructor University is the right place for me because in your vision and mission statement, Constructor talks about community and how they want to construct young adults who are going to be useful to the community, something like that. Even though the essay is the same to the one you sent to Duke or the one you sent to UBC, just add a small paragraph or something that ties into the school you're applying to, so it shows that you actually put an effort into it. The next point is, please do not ignore scholarships. Apply for them. I know that the scholarships, most universities will require you to add an additional letter explaining why you need the need-based scholarship or things like that. It will really be very useful to you if you apply for all the scholarships that are made available to you, because they do require an additional motivational letter or an additional something to do for the scholarship. But please do it, because it will really help you when you are thinking about the payment and everything. Yeah, so don't shy away from the scholarships. Don't feel like you're not qualified. As long as you meet the criteria, there are so many people applying, so many people are getting them, so just send it. So please, I beg you, do not stop applying for scholarships. Okay, some schools like Constructor will automatically give you a merit-based scholarship when you apply, but if you need need-based scholarship, you have to apply for that separately. It's a whole different application. Do not be lazy. Apply for it if you need them, and it's need-based if you need it. Yeah. Okay, and then the next point, this one goes to international students, especially those who are coming from African countries to come to first world countries or Europe, America, wherever. Please check that you can work in the country you're applying to, because most of us are actually coming here to plan and are coming to these countries and plan to support ourselves maybe rent and food and all that. So check first that as a student you're allowed to work in Germany, or as a Zimbabwean you're allowed to work as a student in Germany. Because if you come and you're not allowed to work, that's gonna mess up a lot of things. So make sure you understand what you are getting yourself into, and if you need to work throughout your studies, make sure that you're allowed to work in that country. And then the next thing is, do not underestimate how much university is going to cost you. So when you go to the website for most universities, they will say that, oh, a master's degree supply chain management is 20,000, but that 20,000 is actually for nationals in that country. As an international student, we apparently have to pay more because we're international. I don't know why they do that. So make sure you know how much the degree you're gonna do cost for you, not what is on the website just for there are different fees based on where you are. I don't know why that is, but yeah, make sure you know how much the degree actually costs. One, that's not everything you're going to have to pay for. You're going to have to think about accommodation if it's not part of your tuition, think about food, think about transport, think about your flight, think about you need beddings, you need all these things. If you're coming from Zimbabwe, you're coming to a country like Germany, you need winter clothes and all that. So really think about how much it's gonna cost you and then plan ahead, because the university might cost you 20,000, but when you add everything, a country like Germany, you need health insurance every month. When you add everything, it's gonna come to probably 30 or something thousand for the degree. So be very careful. Yeah. Then still on the topic of money, there is cost of living, which has been going up exponentially over the past few months. So as you are looking for your school, a country like Germany, since I'm here, I can talk about Germany. They have free universities. But then if you think about it, with the cost of living, the amount you're going to pay for rent and health insurance and even your food, it might be better to go to another country where you pay some tuition, but the cost of living is not as high. So really do your research and look at the countries, how you're going to live, what you're going to be doing, and make an informed decision. Do not rush into this. That's also the next point. Do not rush into picking your degree if you are a bachelor student, especially because that's probably going to inform what you're going to do next. So take your time to decide what you want to do. What can you do before you send the application, because it's very important. And then don't wait until the last day to send your application. This is very important. I missed out on one school because I waited until the last day, and when I was trying to submit the application, the card I had was not working. So you have to use a Visa or MasterCard, and it wasn't working, so I could submit my application. But had I done it 2 or 3 days before, I would have found a solution to it. So do not wait until the last day to submit your application. As soon as it's ready, please upload it and just get it out of the way. And also, the faster you send your application, for some schools that have a rolling admission, the faster you get a response, the faster you can plan ahead and all that. So don't wait until the last day. And then if you are applying for a master's degree, this is very important. At this point, you want to master in something, so you can't just come from an economics background and come and say, I want to do chemistry master's. Please, no. You're going to waste your application fee, you're going to get rejected. And should you actually get to the place, you're going to suffer because you don't know anything about that field. So make sure you apply for something that you are qualified for. And for most master's degrees, that are the requirements that you need a bachelor's in economics, business, or related fields. So don't apply with a whole different arena of stuff. I don't know if that's the right way, but it came to my mind, so I used it. Yeah. So be very careful with what you are applying to. Master's students, this is for you. If you don't have a background in mathematics, do not apply for a master's degree in mathematics, because you are wasting your time and the admission officer's time, because they are going to reject you. They will. The next point is, we're getting towards the end. This video is short, sweet. Yeah. The next point is the visa process might take longer than you think. So start applying as soon as you can. So as soon as you get your admission and you bring together all the documents you need, please start applying for your visa. Because for me, from Zimbabwe, it took about 7 weeks to get my visa to Germany. And that's very long because I started in July and I ended up coming to school late. So please please apply for your visa as soon as you can. If you are coming to Germany, there's a list of documents that you need and I think I'll do a different video on that. You need a blocked account, you need a health insurance, you need so many things. So I'll go into detail about that in a different video if you're interested, and then you can, so let me know if you're interested, then you can know what to take with you to your appointment. But most of the time your university will tell you, and also the embassy will have somewhere that says what students should bring. So definitely look it up before you go there, so you don't go with incomplete applications and you have to come back and it just delays your visa coming out and you will be late to school. The last point, guys, is basically some schools are going to reject you. Don't take it, okay, take it personally. I took it personally, but it's just a redirection. There are so many schools that I thought this was my school, and now I can't imagine no, English is not easy. I can't imagine how life would have been if I had not been in Germany, you know. So rejection, take it as redirection. There's something that is better out there for you and it's waiting for you. I applied to UBC, like I said, I got in. I was so excited, and I was one of the first people to get like the notifications on my website page, whatever, that you got in. I was so happy, and then I didn't get the scholarship, so I couldn't go. I was shattered, broken. I don't even know how to explain that feeling. So, and I was confident that UBC was the place for me, but now I can't imagine I was meant to be in Germany. I was meant to be at Jacobs and now Constructor. So whatever it is that you didn't get, it wasn't meant for you. What's yours is coming. Don't give up. If you're applying for schools, like I said, do not apply to one school. I know you have confidence, your GPA is good and all that, but you never know, anything can happen. Apply to as many as possible, and one of them is yours. It will come through. And when they come, do not just pick the first one to go with it. Wait for all of your applications to reply to you, and then pick the one that is really the best for you. Think about the weather, think about what you prefer, think about what you want in life for yourself. And if you're planning to do a master's degree and you're a bachelor student, it's advisable to pick a degree that you know is going to assist you or help you get to your master's degree. So yeah, I hope I've been able to answer some of the questions that people have, or even guide you so you don't make the mistakes that other people have made in the application process. And yeah, I hope this was very useful to you. If you have any questions, I know it's the time that people are applying to universities. Don't hesitate to write them in the comments, and I'll be happy to assist you. And if you are current college student and you know some of the errors that you made or other people are making, leave them in the comments so that other people can also benefit from them. I hope you had a lovely day. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I hope it was useful. If you have not subscribed, I don't know how to tell you this, but please subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate when you guys subscribe. It's like support and stuff, so I really love that. Thank you so much. If you are a returning subscriber, bring a friend next time and come back again. Thank you so much. I hope this video was useful, and I will see you in my next video. All the best in your applications, and see you. Bye.